Hi, folks. My name is Mr. Thomas, and I'm your instructor for Dmpt 1000 Intro to Design in Media Production for the fall 2023 semester at Georgia Piedmont Technical College. I would like to welcome you all to the course. And in this walkthrough video, I'm going to give you a tour of the class Blackboard site as well as the syllabus, and I will discuss some of the policies for the class. Now, the first thing I want to say at the outset is I'm teaching two sections of this course. The first section is course recognition number 20030, and that class will meet on campus on Mondays and Wednesdays starting at 1 p.m. The second section of the class that I'm teaching is an asynchronous class, course recognition number 20031. That asynchronous online class will not meet on campus at all. However, the syllabus and the assignments and everything you do in the class, it's identical for the two sections. The only difference is the folks in the on-campus version will come on campus and they'll meet twice a week for 3 hours each meeting, and they'll get a lecture in person. And the asynchronous online version of the class, they don't come on campus at all. However, all of the PowerPoint presentations that you must read, all of the projects that you must complete, and all of the quizzes and exams are uploaded to Blackboard, and without any person-to-person instruction between you and the teacher, you must read the material, complete the projects, and upload them by the deadline. That's part of what an asynchronous class is. That means that you don't regularly meet with me at all online or in person. You just keep track of all of your assignments, all of your due dates, and you upload them before the deadline. Okay. However, in the case of the on-campus version or the asynchronous online version, I am always available to meet with you during my conference period hours if you need some extra help or if you have questions. Okay, my conference hours are from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Okay, really, Fridays are the only days that I can really effectively do any kind of tutoring or any kind of counseling, because of the fact that on Mondays and Wednesdays it's only like 1 hour, and it's like the first hour that I'm on campus. So really, I would just think of it as my conference hours are on Fridays between 9:30 a.m. Between 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. We'll say 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. You can find all this information in the instructor contact section of Blackboard, and also in your syllabus. So suffice it to say, other than that difference as far as the on-campus class meeting on Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. in room C24, and the asynchronous section of the course not meeting at all, but still doing all the material and uploading by the deadlines. That's the only difference between the two courses, and the syllabus is identical for both of them, with the exception of the class meeting hours. So I'm just going to make one video, and this one video is going to stand for both of the courses. If you have any questions, if you don't know whether you're in the asynchronous version of the class or the on-campus version of the class, you can either consult your schedule, or you can ask me. You can drop me an email at thomasj@gptc.edu, or you can call me during my conference hours at my office number. All that information you can find in the instructor contact information on Blackboard or in your syllabus. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get started, and I'm going to go into my on-campus version on Blackboard. I'm at blackboard.com here. As you can see, gptc.blackboard.com. But as you can see, I have both sections. The first one, 20030, is a course recognition number. That section is the on-campus. 20031, that section is the asynchronous section. But these are identical for all intents and purposes as far as how they're laid out and how they work. When you go into Blackboard and you sign in, you will have, of course, all the classes that you are taking in the fall semester. These are all the classes that I'm teaching in the fall semester. So there's that difference there. But other than that, Blackboard is a place where we can post announcements, which we'll talk about in a moment, from teacher to student, where we post any assignments or quizzes or projects or exams, anything that we need you to do, we post it on Blackboard. You're to complete it on your own time and upload it to the correct Dropbox on Blackboard as well. We'll discuss how to do that in a moment as well. And also Blackboard is where you can keep track of your grades for everything that you do. You always have a current report based on how you are doing in the class by simply clicking the My Grades link on Blackboard. We'll see that in a minute as well. So let's go ahead and jump in to this first link here. Okay, this first section that it takes you to when you click the link for the course is it takes you to the announcement section. If you look at the black rectangular bar on the left-hand side, that's the table of contents. And each one of these words is a different section of Blackboard that you can jump to. Like I just mentioned, the My Grades section where you can keep track of what your grades are. You click on that and you see your grades. Okay, we're now in the announcement section. So when you click on the announcement section, if you were to go to a different section in Blackboard, it'll bring you here. Okay, first, as you can see, you have a opening announcement here, but also you will get weekly announcements in the announcement section. The weekly announcements will appear between Sunday night and Monday morning, and it will tell you what we are going to do and what is due in that week. So for example, the announcements that you will see that will become available to you on Monday, August the 21st, will tell you about what's due that first week of the semester, that week of August the 21st, which runs all the way until August the 27th, which is the following Saturday. So Monday through Saturday is a week. Sunday starts the next week. Okay, so Sunday the 28th, Sunday the 27th, that will be the start of week 2. And I'm sorry, but that Saturday is Saturday the 26th. So the first week runs from Monday, August 21st through Saturday, August 26th. Okay, so make sure you check the announcements frequently. There's no reason for you to have forgotten something or for you to not know something, because everything that we're going to do in that week in the course is posted in your announcements. You should check it regularly. In addition to that, the announcements are emailed to you a couple of times to your school email address. All correspondence between faculty and staff and students, it has to be done through your gptc.edu email address. We cannot send it to your Hotmail address or your Yahoo address or whatever, your Gmail address, whatever address you use in your non-school life. We cannot send any emails there. We have to send them to your school email address. However, if you know how to forward emails from your school email account to whatever email address you prefer to check, you can do that, but that's a personal issue. So please make sure you check your school email frequently and you check the announcements to keep track of everything that's going on in the course. Every week you'll have a new announcement for the week, and you can get your announcements by clicking the announcement section. However, if we click the Start Here link, you'll see that we have some items here that you need to do at the very beginning of the semester. One of the main things you need to complete is your no-show participation assignment. I'm going to click on that link here, and you'll see the course enrollment participation quiz. I'm going to click on that link, and it's going to take you to a quiz, right, that you're going to take on Blackboard. I'm going to click the begin button so you can just take a look at the quiz. I have no problem with you seeing the quiz because there are only 2 questions, and they really don't have anything to do with the course overall. It's more what the no-show participation quiz is this. Administratively, we have to have proof that you have participated in a event, a quiz or a project or something like that in the first week or 2 of class. That's so we know that you are a real person who is really participating in the course. So the registrar knows not to delete you from the course, which is what will happen if you do not take this course enrollment participation quiz. Please make sure you take the course enrollment participation quiz, or we call it the no-show participation assignment. Please make sure you take it on or before. Actually, I want to emphasize before. Take it as soon as possible, like right after you finish listening to this walkthrough. But you want to take it by Sunday, the 27th of August, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. You notice most of my deadlines will be at 11:59 p.m. because that's the end of the first day and the beginning of the next day. Okay, so you want to make sure you take this course enrollment participation quiz, a no-show participation assignment before Sunday, August the 27th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. If you do not take it before that deadline, the registrar will withdraw you from the class. You will not be able to get onto Blackboard for the course. You will not, whatever your financial aid source to pay for your classes, it will not be applied to the class. You will not get a grade in the class. As far as the school is concerned, you're not in that class. Okay, so you need to make sure that you take that course enrollment participation quiz like immediately. And I'm going to go back to it one more time to just show you. Click on begin. Once you've taken it, and this is the true for any quiz, any kind of online evaluation or quiz that you take on Blackboard, when you're done, you really don't have to ever click save all answers. You can just click save and submit, and it'll turn in your quiz or your assignment. All you have to do is just click yes for both of those and click save and submit. I want to encourage you to do this right now or right after you finish listening to this walkthrough video. Don't say you'll do it later. You may forget. And if that rolls over until after August the 27th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m., you will be withdrawn from the course. We don't want that to happen to anybody if they're going to really be in the course. So please make sure you take this course enrollment participation or no-show participation assignment as soon as possible. I'm going to click the Start Here link again, and you're going to see instructor contact information. This is just basically how you can get in contact with me, how you can reach me, and actually it'll be updated before you see this. Actually, I can do some updating right now while you're watching. Okay, that's my name, Mr. Jabbar Thomas, and I'm in the Design and Media Production Department, which is what your major is, Design and Media Production Technology, actually. And Design and Media Production Technology, that is the major if you're into graphic design, or if you're into video production, or if you're into 3D animation, or if you're into photography. You are a Design and Media Production Technology major. Actually, it's just Design Media Production Technology. There's no and. We may have the odd recording art student. We may have a recording art student or two in this course. You're the only exception to that. You'd be in the recording arts department, but this is a requirement for recording arts students to take as well. But everybody else, you are a Design Media Production Technology major. We often abbreviate that to Dmpt major. Some people call it call us the New Media Department. That's a newer name, and we're still adopting that name, kind of. It's not everybody knows it, so we don't really use it as often as we could. But just know New Media, Design Media Production Technology, that's all the same thing. So there's my email address, thomasj@gptc.edu. You see my phone number. This is the number for the school, 404-297-9522, extension 1305. That's to my office in room C18. Okay, so you want to make sure that you, if you want to talk to me personally, you want to make sure that you call during my office hours, which are listed right here. Okay, you can see Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 10, like I said, which is kind of a tight schedule there. But more than likely, you're going to want to reach me on Fridays, 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And of course, if you see me in class, of course, you are more than welcome to ask any questions that you have there. Okay, so it looks like I have all of my information updated here, and I'm going to add a picture as well. So you know how to get in contact with me. The walkthrough video of the course is found in this section right here in the Start Here section. I went back to the Start Here section, by the way. You can find the walkthrough video of the course, which is what you're watching right now in this walkthrough video of the course section, as well as a general welcome video, which is not for a specific class. It's for every class that I teach. It's just a general, hi, my name is Mr. Thomas. Welcome to GPTC in the fall 2023 semester. I'm very excited to meet you all, and we're gonna have a great semester. It's really general like that. The syllabus, as you already know, well, as you may know, is in the syllabus. You click on the syllabus link right here, and the syllabus that we're gonna take a look at momentarily can be found there. The course schedule is just basically a calendar that tells you when everything is due for the semester. So it's very convenient. Use this in conjunction with the announcements that I'm going to send you and email you. You'll also be reviewed on Blackboard. It has it laid out in a calendar format when all of your assignments are due. For example, you can see that your first assignment is due on Wednesday, the 30th. It's Module 1. There's a short quiz that you have to take on the PowerPoint presentations that you're supposed to read. We'll talk about the textbook and the PowerPoint presentations in a moment. But let's keep working through this Start Here section. Course schedule, we did that. Academic calendar, that's just like a basic calendar from the school that tells you all the deadlines that you must meet as just being a general GPTC student. For example, your first day of classes, last day of classes, final payment deadline, and final grades when they're going to be posted. Okay, so this isn't specific to the class. It's really more about just things you need to know as a GPTC student. Okay, so GPTC student and Blackboard support information. This is the link that you go to when you're having problems getting into your Blackboard account, or if you're having issues with your Blackboard account. Mr. Thomas, that's me. I am not the Blackboard. I'm not the technical. I'm not the information technology department, the IT department, or the technical support department. I don't run or administrate Blackboard. So if you're having issues with Blackboard, you can go to this link right here, and it will connect you to the tech support department that can help you get up and running with your with Blackboard. There is a Blackboard technology orientation recording right here in this section as well. So if you need a little bit more practice with just how Blackboard works in general, then you can go to this link right here, Blackboard/technology orientation recording. And that's in the GPTC student and Blackboard support information link, which is near the bottom of the Start Here section of the website, of the school's Blackboard website. Textbook information. As far as textbook for the class, there is a textbook. We have to have a textbook of record anytime we teach a course. And the textbook of record, I'll show it to you right here on Amazon.com, is a very good book called Launching the Imagination. And it is by Mary Stewart. And it is the 6th edition. I believe this is what they're carrying in the bookstore on campus. Okay. And as you can see, this is it on Amazon.com. You don't have to get it on Amazon.com, but here is what the top book looks like. Okay, you can see the price there as well. That being said, although I'm not telling you not to buy the textbook, I am telling you that all the information that you will be responsible for from the textbook, all of the information is contained in a series of about 21 PowerPoint presentations that we have created for you and that are on the Blackboard website, that are on the Blackboard site for the class. So whether you want to purchase the book or not, as supplementary information for the PowerPoints, that's a decision that you're going to make. I'm not telling you not to buy the book from the bookstore, but I am telling you that all the information that you're going to be responsible for this course is contained within the PowerPoint presentations. Okay. All right, grading policies for this class. Just know A, B, C, D, F, those are grades that you get. When we report our grades, to the registrar for the end of the semester. There are no pluses or minuses. A C is a C, an A is an A. There are no pluses or minuses. But it tells you, like, for example, 100% to 90% is an A. 89% to 80% is a B, and so forth. That's what goes on in this grading policies for this class section. Proctoring, this talks about the proctored event. The proctored event is, think of it as an official exam or presentation that you have to participate in once per semester to prove that it is indeed you who's been coming to these classes and taking this course, and it's not somebody you've hired to come and take the course for you. We want to make sure that it's really you who's taking the class and getting the grade. Now, how this works is the proctored event, it will be online. Your final exam will be online, and you will take it using an app called Respondus Lockdown Browser. Respondus Lockdown Browser is just like Google Chrome or Safari or Firefox or Internet Edge. Okay, anything you surf the web with, those web navigation apps, is just like that, except for Respondus Lockdown Browser, which is what you use for your proctored event. It locks you out of surfing the web for anything else other than going to Blackboard and taking the final exam. So you can't like surf to somewhere on the web and find the answer to a question or something like that. We'll talk a little bit more about the Respondus Lockdown Browser a little bit later on, and there's a lot of information in the syllabus on it. But just know that the only time we're going to use Respondus Lockdown Browser in this course is for the final exam. We're not going to use it for any quizzes or anything like that. We only use it for the final exam because the final exam was what I consider our proctored event. Okay. As far as additional college resources, when you click in that, well, there's course resources. If I have anything additional, things that are not necessarily something you're going to get a grade on or something that's absolutely necessary for your time in the class, you'll find it in the additional college course resources section. Okay. And I'll alert you when I put something in that you might need, but that's pretty rare. Everything you need is pretty much in those PowerPoints that we're going to take a look at later. College resources, these are things like library services, a link to register for the next semester courses, the course catalog, the campus services and amenities, student handbook, and so forth. Everything that the school offers you in general that's not specifically applicable to the Dmpt 1000 course. That's the Start Here section and the announcement section. We don't really use the cafe chat section, which is like a discussion forum. It's a non-graded discussion forum. We don't really use that. I don't really use that. Other courses may. I do not. The assignment section, I'm going to go down to the assignment section. This is where you're going to spend most of your time in the course because of the fact that when I click on the assignment section, you're going to see a series of modules starting from module 1 to module 15. Every week, we're going to complete a different module. The first module, module 1, is called orientation, and this is what we will do during the first week of class. I'm going to click on the link, and you will see inside of that module, I have two other sections. One is learn, reading, video, and objectives, and the other is apply assignments. The difference is this. The learn, reading, video, and objectives, anything that you have to read or watch, and it's going to be a lot of stuff that you have to read or watch, you can find it in the Learn, Reading, Video, and Objective section. For example, those PowerPoint presentations that I mentioned to you, you can find them in the Learn, Reading, Video, and Objective section. Reading is what the PowerPoints are considered as. So I'm going to click on the link, okay, and you will see in the reading section, it will tell you about, I'm going to click on the reading section, it'll tell you about there's a PowerPoint associated with this module, okay? And the PowerPoint is not actually in Blackboard. It's on our OneDrive. That's a separate server, a separate hard drive that's not Blackboard. If you click on the link right here, you'll be able to view the PowerPoints, not just the PowerPoints for just module 1 in this case, but all the PowerPoints for the class. I'm going to make a slight change to this in that not only will this link be there so you can find, like, for example, the module 1 orientation and module 1 what is designed PowerPoint presentations. You're to read these. Okay, if I click on one, you'll see that there's the PowerPoint presentation right there, and you can see the slides on the left-hand side, and you would just go through the slides on the left-hand side to and read the material, okay? All right, study the material rather. All right, the first few are pretty long. This first one is 129 slides long, and the second one is over 100 slides as well. But there are lots of pictures, really, on all the PowerPoint presentations. And there are also, there's not, a lot of times, at least at first, for the first module, there's not a whole lot of small type, or it's not a whole lot of writing. But you want to make sure that you are in the habit of reading all the PowerPoint presentations that apply for the modules that we are studying for that week. For example, the first week we have 2 modules. The second week we have 3 modules. The third week we only have 1 module. So don't think that every week you'll just have 1 module. Some weeks you'll have 2 or 3 modules, okay? In addition to that, I'm going to go back to the reading section. You'll see more of a title here a little later on. But when you go to the reading section, another thing that you'll see is sometimes there will be online articles that you must read in addition to the PowerPoint presentations. Okay, online articles in addition to the PowerPoint presentations, and they'll also be in the reading section. You'll see a link right below. We don't have any online articles in that first module, but if there were, you would see it right below that link for the PowerPoint presentation. Another thing that I'm going to do, and I think I may have mentioned this, is I will also have a link that will allow you to access just the PowerPoint presentation for that module, or the PowerPoint presentations for a specific module. So you don't have to worry about, well, I went to find the PowerPoint presentation and I see 21 PowerPoint presentations and I got kind of confused as far as which one I'm supposed to read for this week. I'm going to resolve that by making sure that there's a link that allows you to access just the PowerPoint presentations you'll need for that week. Occasionally we'll have videos that you will have to watch, as well as the PowerPoint presentations and any online articles. This first video answers the question, what is design? Which is a very important question for you, because you guys are all design students or art students. There's another word for art student is a design student. If you click on this link, you'll be taken to YouTube. Greetings, and there everyone. Is a 11-minute and 26-second video just explaining to you what design is. Okay, so you want to make sure you watch all the videos. One thing that I can tell you that'll really help out is just that when you go to a module, you want to clean out each module or clear out each module. That means for module 1, for example, you want to go into the Learn Reading Video and Objective section and read everything. Go as far down as you can go as far as folders or elements. Like go into videos and watch everything that's there. Go back, go into readings and read everything that's there. Make sure you don't miss anything. One thing is that under objectives, there's no readings. So you don't have to worry about, okay, where are the readings for course objectives? Under course objectives, it's just a statement explaining what this module is all about, what we're going to cover in this module. So you don't have to click on the objectives link or click on the icon or anything like that. All right. That's how you work through each module. Okay. And all the modules can be found in the assignments portion of Blackboard. As you can see, we step through the different concepts and, most importantly, the different principles and elements of design in this course. Now, one of the things that you want to bear in mind that'll help kind of unify all of this, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed now, is this. Basically, this Dmpt 1000 class, as you know, is a gateway class. You cannot take any other courses in the major other than drawing until you get through this course. As such, this is the basis for every single course you are going to take afterwards. I feel, and many other people feel, that this is the most important course you will take in your time in Dmpt, right? Because it's not specialized to whether you're a photographer or 3D animator or a videographer or graphic designer or recording arts. However, you'll see that there are fundamental principles and elements that unite all of these different disciplines, because they're all, well, visual arts with the exception of recording arts. And you'll see things like contrast or contour or color theory or line, shape, okay? texture. These are all concepts that have specific applications to whatever your specialty is: photography, videography, graphic design, graphic design, photography, videography, graphic design, or 3D animation. However, before you can apply them to your specific field, you need to understand and master these concepts in general. You have to understand what these 7 principles and 7 elements are. And that's the main thrust of this class, is for you to be able to understand the different principles and elements of design, like point, line, shape, form, volume, mass. Okay, those are principles. Okay. Texture, format, scale, proportion, composition. Okay, those are, well, one is a principle and others are elements. We want you to understand each and every one of those thoroughly, understand the definition. That's step 1. Objective 2 is for you to be able to identify when you're seeing the use of texture or scale, proportion, composition, form, shape, point, line, be able to identify it in other people's artwork, okay, and understand how and why they're using those principles and elements of design in that way. And finally, we want you to be able to use the principles and elements of design in your own original artwork. And that's basically where the weekly assignments are kind of like projects. Every week, you're going to create a PowerPoint presentation that's going to have a particular topic. For example, in module 3, for example, I'm going to go to apply assignments. That's where all the work is that you're going to complete. And you'll see under apply assignments, you'll have instructions for different assignments for each module. Sometimes there's more than one assignment in a module. As a matter of fact, a lot of times there's more than one assignment for a module. So don't just do one assignment and figure you're done, but make sure you clear it out. Make sure you read everything and you've done everything it's asking you to do, okay? The assignments are, like I said before, they test your understanding of the principles and elements of design and evaluate you on your employment. That means they evaluate on your ability to use these principles and elements of design on your own original work, okay? So in this particular case, you have in module 3, you have an assignment. This first one, this first section right here, just kind of is like objectives. It kind of tells you overall what you should be doing in the assignments, as far as also the structure that you're going to do it in. Everything you turn in my class will be in the form of a PowerPoint presentation. No exceptions. Don't send me JPEGs. Don't send me pictures you took with your phone. Unacceptable. Only upload assignments in the form of a PowerPoint presentation that you create. You all have access to Microsoft 365, which includes Microsoft PowerPoint, as a result of being a student at the school. So please make sure that you avail yourself of the opportunity to use that free subscription, do your work using PowerPoint presentation and Microsoft PowerPoint, and upload your presentations on time to the correct Dropbox and with the highest quality in the correct format. Okay. I do not accept late work. Don't bother to ask. I do not do do-overs. Don't bother to ask. One of our other objectives in this course is to train you for working life in the design or the art industry outside of school. In the working world, you'll be working with clients or employers, and you may be working on projects that have budgets of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and time is always a factor. Okay, so if you're late turning in a layout for a magazine, okay, for, I don't know, for Ebony magazine, we'll just toss that one out, then, hey, not only is your layout not going to be accepted, but you're not going to get paid for that, and you probably are going to get fired. Okay, so the idea is to not just train you in the principles and elements of design, but to also train you in the work ethics that you are going to have ingrained in you when you leave GPTC. Because it's not like, well, we'll just take whatever you give us whenever you give it to us, and whatever condition it's in. Absolutely not. That's not how it works. Okay. We're training you to be the best designers that are out there. Okay. So, of course, you read through all the examples, read through all the instructions, and you follow the instructions when you do the assignment in the form of a PowerPoint presentation. We also give you student examples. A lot of times students, they'll get a grade on an assignment and they don't understand why they got the grade, or they don't understand what they were supposed to be doing, or what's an example of something that's right. Well, we've eliminated that by giving you examples, okay? Giving you examples of work that you can say, okay, this is what my final artwork should look like. This is not the whole PowerPoint presentation, but this is just the artwork, okay? All right. Let's go back to assignments, okay? And that's basically how all of the modules and the assignments work, all right? The last assignment is a final exam, okay? We talked about that with the proctored event. And the first assignment is a quiz. You go to the assignment section, you'll see a quiz here. Now, I'm going to take this Respondus Lockdown Browser requirement off of this first quiz, and I think there's like another quiz or two. I'm going to take those off because there's really no need to use Respondus Lockdown Browser other than for the final exam. All right, so that's about all that we have for Blackboard. If you have any questions, or if there's anything that you don't understand, please reach out to me by email or during my conference hours, or by calling me during my conference hours. I'd be happy to help you out. And also, if you just have like general Blackboard navigation questions, of course, you can go into the student resources section. Where is it? We looked at it earlier. The college resources section, I think it was. Was that the college resources section? Maybe I'm wrong. It was the section that had the link to Blackboard, where you could, like the GPTC student and Blackboard support information. There it is right there. Click on that link and the Blackboard technology orientation recording. If you have any questions on Blackboard's operation in general, not specific to my class, but in general, you can access this link right here. You can, if you're having a problem getting into Blackboard, like you forgot your password or you needed to change, you can click on the Blackboard support ticket link, and submitting a ticket is like putting in an order or a request for someone at the school to do something, okay? So make sure that if there's anything that you need done, if you have any problems with Blackboard, once again, Mr. Thomas can't do anything on Blackboard as far as making changes. However, the technical support department can. So make sure you put in a ticket. If you have any questions on that, it'll definitely be answered in this link right here, the Blackboard Tech Orientation recording, or you can ask me if you want. All right. So let's go over one more thing, and that is your syllabus. Like I said before, the syllabus is the same for the most part for the two sections, and just to show you that, I'll bounce between the two syllabi. The first one is for the on-campus. Is this on-campus? Yes, this is the on-campus version, okay, of the class. Meeting time and location, Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this version is the asynchronous version. You can see under meeting time and location, not applicable. This course is an asynchronous online course and has no on-campus or online meeting time or location. Okay, but other than that, the syllabi are exactly the same, okay? And it's pretty short, actually. All right, and I'll just scroll through this quickly. This is the asynchronous section, and just to show you that the on-campus section is exactly the same, I'll scroll through this as well. Okay, exactly the same. All right, so you should be doing the exact same thing. It's just the asynchronous people are working independently. Hopefully, before you signed up for this asynchronous course, asynchronous students, you're good at managing your time. You're good at managing your schedule and doing your work on time. I prefer you do the work early because I do not do makeups. I do not do late work. So please don't even ask. And also, you must not only do your work well, but you must submit it to the correct Dropbox. Don't email me any of your work. Always upload it to Blackboard. Okay, so we're going to go through this quickly. Here's my contact information again that we already covered. We get a course description that tells you what the course is about. We're going to be introducing design elements and concepts to you based on the principles and elements of design. We're also going to study some typography. Okay. All right. supplemental syllabus. What we cover in this syllabus isn't like everything that you need to know about GPTC. The syllabus covers just everything you need to know about this class. And as a result, you want to consult the general supplemental syllabus online at www.gptc.edu/supplemental-syllabus. And that's going to address some of the following general concerns like academic misconduct, equal opportunity, safety, emergency procedures, technical support, withdrawals, things like that. Okay. Competency area and learning outcomes. These are all the things that you should know in general when you complete this course. After that, we have just like the student learning outcomes. This is stuff the state of Georgia says that we have to put in the syllabus. These are the different categories of knowledge you're supposed to have when you complete this course. And then we have specific outcomes or specific things you need to know about each of these categories listed on the right. All right. I mentioned the no-show work ethics assignment. Remember, your no-show work ethics assignment must be complete by August 27, 2023 by 11:59 p.m. That's a Sunday. That's a week from, well, the Sunday after your first day of classes. Please make sure you complete this no-show assignment as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll be dropped from the course, and that's not what you want to do. Okay, as I've been saying quite a few times during this walkthrough, here are my course policies, lab procedures, and course procedures. Late work is not accepted under any circumstances. Okay, all deadlines are provided at the beginning of the course, as we'll see in a second. So please plan accordingly. Your work must be submitted in the proper format, in the form of a PowerPoint presentation in the vast majority of the cases. If you give me something other than the PowerPoint presentation, I won't even bother to look at it. I'll just zero it out and keep it moving. Okay. Also, you must submit your PowerPoint presentation or your work. Many times you're going to be, by the way, uploading more than one PowerPoint presentation. You're going to have to do sometimes. So you'll see it in my announcements. I'll tell you, well, okay, I know we have two different topics here, but because you're so closely related, you could make one PowerPoint presentation and have two different sections, which talks about the two different topics. But that's a conversation for a later date. But just bear in mind that you're going to have to complete multiple assignments in each module, okay, depending upon how we have it broken up, okay? So, but you must submit it to the correct Dropbox in Blackboard. Like I said, don't email me anything to my email address. I will, once again, just dump it in the trash and mark it as 0, all right? Make sure you turn in everything on time, highest quality of work possible, and in the right place. Responsibility of missed instruction belongs to the student. My little cute saying is like when students miss classes, they come up to me and say, hey, I missed class last Wednesday. Can you tell me what I missed? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to teach last Wednesday's class over again because if I got to teach it twice, they have to pay me twice. And that's not going to happen. So please make sure that if you miss a class, that you get with a friend that's in the course to find out what you missed. All right. Okay, and you want to read all of that, but those are the most important things. Communication by email. If you have anything to tell me or state to me, please make sure that you give me 24 hours to get back to you by email. If you email me Monday through Friday morning or early afternoon. If you email me Friday evening through Sunday evening, don't expect a response back until no earlier than noon on Mondays. The reason for that is I'm not on call 24/7, so I'm not, working Monday through Friday and then checking my email and doing correspondence to you on my weekends. That's considered work that I'm not being paid for, and that's not going to happen. So please make sure you think ahead. Don't start on your assignments. Don't start on those PowerPoint presentations during the weekend for the first time, and you discover at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning, just a few hours from when it's due, don't discover you have a problem with Blackboard and you can't turn it in or you didn't understand anything and you shoot me an email asking questions saying, hey, I can't turn this in until you answer the question, Mr. Thomas. And if the next time I see you is after the deadline, then you just missed the deadline. So just make sure that you plan ahead. Don't do things at the last minute because it will never turn out well. All right. Here's basically the course weighting, meaning that the different types of assignments and what percentage of your class they account for. There's a work ethics discussion that's worth 4% of your grade. That's just basically an assignment that talks about being on time and communicating and things like that. You'll see that in the announcements a little later on. That's really like you either do it or you don't. Okay, so it's not like you do it and you get like a C- on it or a D or something like that. You either do it and you get an A, or you don't do it and get a 0, and that's 4% of your grade. You have 2 quizzes in the course, a Module 1 quiz and a Module 10 quiz. You can see how much those are worth there. You have 12 assignments. So as you can see, the vast majority of what you're doing in these classes are the assignments, which are those PowerPoint presentations where you're demonstrating the principles and elements of design that you've learned in the module with original artwork. Now, the whole PowerPoint presentation isn't original artwork. There you have a slide that's original artwork. You have a slide that describes exactly how you used each principle and element of design in your artwork, and you have other slides that discuss your inspiration and your artistic objectives. We'll talk about that. You'll see that listed a little later on in the announcement section. But you have a PowerPoint present. You have a final project which is worth 20%, and your final exam which is worth 14%. But you can see the vast majority of the points are on those assignments. So that's the one thing you cannot miss. And once again, I want to let you know, I don't do late work. So if you miss it, you miss it. You can't make it up. The final exam, like I said, is the proctored event. We will use Respondus Lockdown Browser to take it. Don't try to use Navigate or Chrome, or don't try to use Internet Explorer, Internet Edge, or anything like that. Our proctored event, you don't have to take it at any particular time as long as you take it by December the 3rd, 2023, using Respondus Lockdown Browser. Of course, the final exam is not up yet. It'll come up in probably November sometime, but you'll have close to a month, at least 3 weeks, to get it done. As long as you get it done before that deadline, you're good. You take it at home and you take it on Respondus Lockdown Browser. Here is basically a breakdown of everything that you're doing in the class and the day that it is due. Everything is due on Wednesdays because that is the second day of the meeting for my on-campus class. The deadlines are still valid for all of the asynchronous students. So please bear that in mind, asynchronous people. All of your assignments are due 11:59 p.m. on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, you should have already uploaded the week's assignment, okay? The only way you can really do that is by thinking ahead, okay? Thinking ahead and not waiting until Wednesday to read the material and do the exercises. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot of material, okay? With the exception of the final project and the final exam, those are due 11:59 on Sundays, all right? So that is about it. Once again, I'm telling you at the end, you must submit all assignments on Blackboard in the correct Dropbox, in the correct format, PowerPoint presentation for the most part, by the deadline. No late work and properly formatted work or work emailed to the instructor will be accepted. The syllabus is the contract between me and you. By completing the no-show assignment and or staying in the course beyond the drop add period, that's your acceptance to this syllabus, this contract, and the policies that it contains. So that's about all we have, all 48 minutes and 30 seconds of it. I know it was very long, but hopefully you got everything you needed out of it, both my on-campus class and my asynchronous course. I may make, if there are any changes or any differences or anything that's dramatically different for my asynchronous courses, I may make a video, a short video to address any changes that I make in the course, right? Or I may just put it in the announcements, but just make sure you check. Make sure you're constantly looking at this announcement section for anything that you need to know to succeed in this course. I'm looking forward to meeting and working with each and every one of you. Like I said, this is the most important course you will take at your time at GPTC in your major. So it's extremely important that you prioritize it. So if you have a job or family or something like that, make sure that you have a scheduled, disciplined time. You're using your time management skills to get this work done. My suggestion is, find the same time every week to complete your work. It may be more than one day, okay? But that's the only way you can get through that. If you're just kind of catching this as you can, doing doing your work in the class when you get the chance, you're never going to make it. So, because it's a lot of work and it's very intense. But anyway, that's what you signed up for. And I'm here to support you, but not be your crutch. So, I look forward to seeing you in class. Thank you. Bye-bye.